way to Buckeye Lake, and the sun is it's probably been up for half an hour. 6:28, Sunday the 1st of June 2025, and I've turned it off, but I'm just listening to a fall song called Mountain Energy, and in it there is a lyric which goes, so I went fishing, and a note from the fish said, dear dope, that's me, if you want to catch us, you need a rod and a line, signed the fish. So I have a rod and a line, so we will see what happens. Okay, I'll pick it up when I'm set up and ready to rock and roll. Love you. So, this is me approaching Buckeye Lake. As you can see it over there. There's the sun over there. And the lake just in the distance. Okay, so we've just fed 10 balls of ground bait on about 12.5, 13 meters straight in front of me. And I'm just going to adjust. There you go. See my beautiful colmic rest. And yeah, so I'm out in front of me here. Also, I'm on 4 sections just over here. I don't know if you can see that communications pylon thing over there, but I'm in line with that. It's a similar depth. It's about 7 or 8, 6.5, 7 foot, maybe more. I've got 2 or 3 inches of line on the bottom further out. Conditions are pretty fair. I mean, it's hazy. I've got some tree cover around the side, so that's west, sort of northwest. Straight in front of me is kind of northeast. Behind me is more or less south. So yeah, the sun will come behind me. And yeah, it's been about 10 minutes. I threw in 10 balls long and cupped in like some drier ground bait, a little bit drier, so on a tighter area, and then cupped in some loose bits of pigeon conditioner and maple peas, peanuts and corn with a little bit of ground bait to the left of me on the 4 section line. So yeah, it's a beautiful day. There are what appear to be swallows diving about. Haven't seen any there's a few anglers trawling, as I mentioned earlier. But yeah, it's when the speedboats come out that the fun starts. So it's pretty flat calm now, but it won't be later. Alright, signing off. I'm going to start fishing in a minute. Have a cup of tea first. Love you. Bye. To mention, I'm actually sat on my box on my new colmic platform, the Evo Pro, which Adam helped me with. The legs were sticking, the hinges snapped off. Those are the perils of having things sent and shipped from abroad. This is from Spain. But yeah, beautiful piece of kit. I mean, I'm out in the water. I'm going to stand up here. There you go, see that? So yeah, gives me like an extra, I don't know, like 3 or 4 meters even out into the water. So yeah, hopefully the thing holds up and I don't go drinky. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to start off. I've got like a size 12 a Gamakatsu Power Carp 018 fluorocarbon 6-inch hook length. I'm starting off on an 8 gram. It might seem heavy to a lot of people, but this water, Buckeye Lake in Fairfield County, Ohio, is, I guess, what an Irish loch or Scottish loch would be like. I mean, it can really get pretty brutal. It's hard on gear. I've snapped sections, line, hooks bent right, well, you name it, it's happened. So yeah, I'm going to put a couple of pieces of corn on and see what happens. I've been catching fairly well lately. I actually had a session where I caught 30 carp in like a 5-6 hour session, so that was fantastic. But you know, that was late May, mid-May, I can't quite remember the exact date, but yeah, brilliant fishing. So yeah, see what lies ahead. Okay, using the rest, because you know, sometimes you might have to wait for the fish to come over the bait a little bit, but we will see. I'm into something. Might be a carp. Hopefully you can adjust the position of the camera without losing it. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah. There you go. Got, purple hydra. It might be a catfish. Swimming towards me. Yeah, it's probably a catfish. Oh, you never know. Yeah, gotta be. Yeah. There you go. First fish on the GoPro. There we are. Oh dear, it's taking it down as catfish I want to do on occasion. Hey, hook out, catfish happy, and back you go. Alright, it's a beautiful lake. You can see there's I'm not sure what that island's called, but there's a lovely house on it that looks out over the lake. And oh, I've got a bite. Hello. Alright, fish on. Probably another catfish, although it's going off. Yeah. Oh, hello. It's giving me... It might be a carp. Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. Feels a bit more substantial than... Oh yeah, it's a catfish, I think. Yeah. Completely wrong, you fool. There we are. Yeah, this tends to be the stamp. I don't know what that is, like 10 ounce, a pound. Something like that, which are nice to catch. Oh, another disgorger job. Yeah, they are pretty slimy. They've got mouths like anvils with sandpaper teeth across the area there, so you don't want to be putting your pinkies in there, do you? Unless you want to get a bit of scratchy, innit? Hook's come off. Not in the fish, I might add. Of over-vigorous tying, perhaps. So I haven't mastered any functions whatsoever on this GoPro. So I don't know if you can see the flow. It has an orange top. I might black it out because oh, hello. Don't know if you saw that. That was a carp. So just like about a meter to the left of my bait. So yeah, I had a run of, was it 7 catfish, missed a few bites. I'm considering just trying the closer in line to my left, where that carp jumped sort of halfway between the two lines. So it's just been catfish at the moment. But yeah, and I've had another cup of tea in the meantime, and I've been making these unique sandwiches which involve something like mental Mike's grain rolls with tiny bit of butter, but mainly hummus as the spread, cheese, cheddar cheese, ham, and they're delicious. Have another bite. Very good. So I might come off this line now and have a little look to my left. Probably same bait, double sweet corn. I've got worm and I've got luncheon meat as a change bait. But yeah, sweet corn tends to be best. Oh, don't know if you can see this. There's a pedalist, not a pederast, a pedalist in the distance there, coming across me bows, not creating any visible wake, but I don't think she's a small woman by anybody's standards, but not quite fat on the whitbread either. Right, I think I'm going to come in. I've got a small 6 gram float and switch to on another kit. See if anything's about. Yeah. Oh, actually, something's been in there and sucked out the innards of that sweet corn. Very naughty. Alright. A lot of people on various vessels listening to the radio. Probably police communications or something. There are police boats that patrol pretty regularly, especially at weekends out here, making sure the nutters are in check. But I'm sure they'll be making an appearance at some point today. People that kind of consider that this lake is something akin to powerboat channels in Miami. This really is quite crazy at times. Anyway, let's see. Right, 5 sections actually, yeah. Alright, let's have a little look. Yeah, that black tip's a lot nicer to look at. Oh, that was an inquiry straight away. Go on. Go on. There you go. Alright, we're in. Probably a catfish. I don't know though. I'm on black hydro, which is, you know. Alright. I think this could be a carp. Yeah, it's taken out a good amount of elastic, so. Oh yeah, I can feel it really pulling. Let's see if I can stop it without having to add sections. Whoa, bloody hell. Changing the angle often helps. Kind of confuse the fish. Okay. Alright, something else jumping. Might be a bit premature for me to go down to the top kit, but let's see if I can just guide him in. Whoop, like that. Don't panic, Captain Mannering. But he's never had a wild Buckeye Lake carp on, has he, Jones? Oh, Johns. Alright. Got this set pretty loose, so there's a decent amount to play with, which is probably good. Alright. Okay, he's not far off. Hopefully. He will stay on. You can see the float. Just a question of fish making an appearance. Probably a bit premature to be going for the net, because I expect this fish to go a bit loopy when it sees the light of day. Yes, they do. They do, don't they? Alright, boss. That's sort of a half Birmingham, half Liverpool accent. It's early in the day. I'll try and improve those as time passes. Oh, come on, before me battery goes. Oh, come on, Jamie Carragher. Oh, Thomas Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel's turned into a carp and he's on the end of me line. No, he's not. He's managing England. He can't be in two places at once. Yeah, but he's special. Jamie Carragher, I noticed yesterday, watching the Champions League, jumping around like a complete moron for some reason in the punditry box. He could be seen by the fans like making a complete ass of himself. Well, at least he didn't spit at anybody. Yeah, this has to be a carp or an absolutely gargantuan catfish. Come on, baby, come on. I made up these rigs yesterday, so don't think. Come on, man. Bugger hidden red eye. Here he comes. There he is. That's a nice carp. Okay. This is where those professional anglers just have it down. You know, like scooping fish out and yeah, they know what they're doing. Oh look, I've just done the same. You're my hero. Oh. Yeah, come on, you beauty. There we go. There we are, beautiful carp. Well, let's get you unhooked. ASAP. Yeah. And away you go. There he goes. Okay, I've got another carp on here. I'm pretty sure. So let's see if we can get him in. Taking a bit of elastic. This is again from the close line. Yeah, there he is. Just came up. Let's see if we can nab him. Okay, not ready yet. He's not massive, but always welcome. Yeah, number 2. Double sweet corn again. Here we are. There he is. Hooked in the top of the loop. Hello. Yeah. Oh, baby. Maybe not. Let me just put him back. Alright. Thank you very much. So, I've got a few larger vessels in the vicinity. I'll just come back on the inside line again. Yeah, there is a kind of strange culture between boat anglers and bank anglers. Bank anglers being those who are looked down upon by the more higher echelon boat owning bourgeoisie, you might say. But yeah, not to worry. My nemesis, the jet skier. Yeah, got the police out here, the sheriff. See that. So, don't know what they're looking for exactly. Probably nutters in charge of inflatable devices. I don't know, yeah, like I said, they're often out cruising, patrolling, I suppose it is. But yeah, give them a wave, they usually leave you alone. Unlike British police that regard that with suspicion and haul you in and, you know, probe your bum with kind of sheathed rubber finger or whatever it is they do to secure the safety of the citizens. Just giving you a little look at the water surface. It's changed a little bit, partly due to the wind, partly due to boat traffic. So yeah, this is a bit more like it, hence the need for, you know, 8-gram rigs, sometimes more. Yeah, if you get some serious boat activity, it can be crazy. But yeah, it is nice up here. But yes, I think I'm going to put in some more bait. I've had, looking at my clicker, 19 fish so far. 3 of which have been carp, plus 1 carp. But yeah, it's been pretty good, pretty enjoyable so far. I might come inside again. See, I've had all my carp on that inside line, which is interesting. So I don't think they've been put off by my helipad, as I'm calling my platform. But yeah, we'll see. Catch you in a minute. What a bloke staring at me out there. It looks a bit like the old golfer Craig Stadler. Don't know if you can make that out. But yeah, he's kind of giving it the full beam, which I suppose is his want. Anyway, yeah, you know. I'd give him a wave, but my wrists are so delicate. Well, the first time I went fishing was with my friend Tim, and it was at a Newton Abbot Fishing Association pond near King Stainton, in Devon, England, called rubber dub. And I later discovered that rubber dub is actually a phrase used by sea anglers for the kind of mixture of blood and guts attractants that they put out in kind of onion bags to create a scent trail for shark fishing and the like. Yeah, I had no clue at the time. Like, rubber dub, rubber dub. Yeah, thought it was just a childish name, but yeah, years later found that out. Anyway, that's where he took me. And from the moment we sort of stepped through the hedge onto the trail around the pond, it could only have been like an acre and a half, maybe smaller, tree bound on the perimeters. It just felt like another world. It was a secret garden situation, and all the kind of hassle of everyday life, parents, older kids, just people kind of telling you what to do and ordering you about, just evaporated. Not to mention actually getting the rod in my hand and flicking it out. I can't remember what we caught on. It might have just been worm. And I remember just Timmy guiding me about, how to just cast gently into the, in the near margins. And I'll never forget just the first time that float slipped away under the surface, indicating that something other was beneath the surface taking that bait, and just telling me, Timmy guiding me about, just lift the rod not too vigorously. And the first time I hooked into that fish, just there being resistance, and I hadn't accounted for the fact that this thing would be alive and moving, and the near electricity, the energy coming up through the line into the rod down my arm, I hadn't accounted for. I don't know, I thought it would come in maybe like a wet sock or something, but this thing is only a roach of about 2 ounces. But since that moment, yeah, it just felt special, and I just wanted to experience more of that, and since then, other than a hiatus during my 20s and 30s, it's been just constantly with me. Even when I wasn't fishing, I think about it. And so we caught, 3 or 4 roach, and I just wanted more. I just wanted to start going fishing, and so proceeded from that point. And a lot of it was done with Timmy, and we just, again, be in that free, imaginative space that I think young people and teenagers cherish. You're talking about your first pubescent type experiences of having crushes on girls, and what kind of music you're into, and just being able to have a laugh and explore your own thoughts and get to know people, and to fish, catching fish. It wasn't frenetic by any means, and we didn't often bag up, but just catching a handful of fish would be enough, and some of the extracurricular activities, including catapult fighting skirmishes, where we would put seat box cushions under our jerkins and run around in the undergrowth firing, acorns at each other, pretending we were in Nam, when the bites dried up, and we'd kind of get back together, settle down, and do a bit more fishing, So yeah, that initial moment where the fish just sent that electricity into my arm will never be forgotten, and it's still the same now. So, yeah, glad Timmy took me on that day.